So this weekend I'm not racing the Yaris, but I am at an event. I'm out here in Colorado at Pikes Peak, and I'm gonna take you along. So Pikes Peak is a hill climb up a 14,000 foot mountain where there's one road, and that's the racetrack. It is an event that brings out car people from around the country, and it's also very hard to film.
If you don't already know, I work as a camera operator on a broadcast team that does a lot of motorsports, including the Pikes Peak hill climb. I'm going to show you a little bit of how we get set up and how I get to spend the weekend hanging out with race car drivers. But at Pikes Peak, you can too, because 2 days before the event, they have a fan event down in the town of Colorado Springs. The Pikes Peak Hill Climb is the second oldest motorsport event in North America. It's a 19-mile course up a mountain starting at over 9,000 feet of elevation, and it has more turns than the Nürburgring. It used to be a dirt track, but over the years it's transitioned to being fully paved, which means corner entry speeds and overall lap times are faster than ever before. It's one of the few motorsports events where you can see open-wheelers competing against GT cars, competing against stock EVs, competing against factory-built monsters.
So this is the start line. It's at about 9,600 feet. This is the day before the event, so everybody's just getting ready and set up. I'm about to head up to the top so I can show you what that looks like. Okay, we're up at the top now, and it is cold. This is 14,115 feet. And the driver's going to be driving from that start line down at the bottom all the way up here. Those engines are going to be losing power as they go, except for the EVs. They're going to be fine, but they are going to struggle with cooling because even though it's colder up here, the air is thinner and radiators don't work as well. So there's struggle for all the cars that are going to be driving up. So there is a little visitor center up here, and this is where all the drivers are going to end up as they come up. They're basically just going to park in this parking lot and chill in the visitor center until the road down is up.
Since the race isn't until tomorrow, my job today is just to test all the equipment and make sure that we're getting a signal from up here on top of the mountain.
So it can be pretty harsh conditions working up here, and we're taking as many precautions as we can. We've got oxygen if we need it, and a couple of things that I've got on me. One is this is a blood oxygen indicator, so it'll tell you literally how much oxygen is in your blood. Normally you should be sitting around 90, 95, something like that, and working up here you'll get as low as 65. So if you're wondering why you're lightheaded, you can check this and it's like, oh yeah, I just need to take a few deep breaths. I've also got this. This is a lightning detector, and will tell us if lightning is in the area. Honestly, from where I am specifically, I might see it before this goes off, but for some of the people who are kind of like more in a little more of a secluded area, and especially if you're just focused on your camera, this is really good to have. And because the top of the mountain is made of iron, lightning around here acts really weird. It doesn't like immediately ground. It's funky. Hopefully tomorrow the weather is like this and we don't have to deal with any of that, because compared to last year, it is nice up here right now.
Oh, there's Vinny.
Okay, back down at the start line. It is definitely warmer down here, although AMSOIL is keeping me warm, so thank you guys. I'm gonna go check out the paddock and see if there's some cars I can show you guys. So this Ioniq may look crazy, but the batteries, the motor, and the cooling system are all exactly what you get on the stock vehicle. It's really just aero and tires and suspension that are making this such a fast little car. And then over here, we've got the car of Katherine Legge, who you might have seen briefly in the Indy 500. This kind of event attracts everyone from professional drivers to amateurs to YouTubers to builders to just about anything. Anyone who loves cars is really the kind of person that shows up here. So it's about 7 o'clock. The road in is shut and won't open again until 1:30, 2:30 for the public. And I don't want to be waking up at 12:30 just to drive over here from the hotel just to make sure that I get in before the road closes again. So I'm gonna just sleep in the car here and try and get as much rest as possible. Tomorrow might be miserable. Okay, it is 1:25 in the morning. The rest of the crew are on their way in. I'm gonna go grab everybody's breakfasts and have that ready for us. You ready to keep going? So unfortunately I don't get to see much racing from this assignment, but I do get to hang out with some cool cars and maybe some cool drivers as well. Let's see.
The fast guys are behind me. So yeah, I'll take second overall right now. Yeah, let's get that interview done while it's still second overall, man. No way, I got suspension travel, baby.
Let me get it the right direction first so we can actually get like a good shot.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm Kendall Samuel. I'm the driver of this 2000 Subaru Impreza 2.5 RS. So the easiest I know of in the world right now. That is twin turbo, and it's all homemade. I built the whole thing: the engine, the transmission, subframes, the aero, or at least most of it, the splitter and stuff. We even did the roof, which was fun.
How did she do?
Incredible, absolutely incredible. The only time I drove the top third of this was in the rain, 37 degrees, and it was pouring, and it was 40-mile-an-hour wind, so that was the first time I sent the car, and that's about as comfortable as I felt sending it. I got up in the air so many times, and the car handled that very, very well.
How fast you were going?
No, sir, I don't know how.
Why not?
Because, like, who cares about the speed limit?
Really?
Okay, the one weird thing about this year is that there are bugs everywhere. No idea where this came from. Makes no sense.
It's the worst I've ever seen it in my life. They're in my coolant. My coolant's now 50% bugs. So, but there's a million of them. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. The worst it's ever been. You could live off of them.
I was expecting cold. I was expecting snow. I was not expecting to have a mouthful of bugs. All right, the event is over, and now all these race car drivers need to get their race cars down. So we're gonna drive down in an orderly fashion, and you're gonna do some donuts. No, never mind. We're gonna be rowdy.
No, we're gonna be good. I promise.
That's Pikes Peak.